Good afternoon, traders. It is Wednesday, January 16, 2019, and U.S. stock market is closed. Um, okay, I put the long view of the Dow up here. I'll just talk a little bit about that first. Um, this is the all-time high uh, back at the end of September. And obviously, this was our most recent low that took place on Christmas Eve day. And this is where we are at the end of today. The Dow keeps creeping up here. No big moves recently, but where we're at right now, interestingly, not we're just about the level where I originally called the all-time low back here. You may remember in October. Obviously, that did not hold, but we're back up to that level, and we're up to about one half, just shy of one half of the climb from this Christmas Eve low to the all-time high over here. I would like to see the Dow put another 800 points here before I start getting too optimistic that maybe this is our low. But I'm not going to say that right now because although it's climbing, it's not climbing with huge conviction. Let's put it that way. I'm not I'm not pessimistic. It's just kind of a quiet creeping upside kind of market right now. At least it has been the last maybe 10 days or so. Okay. Today for us was kind of like a good news, bad news joke. Uh, we had the Dow opened up this morning and stayed up all day long, and we had quite a few positions coming in, and this worked out very nicely for us. We ended up closing out almost $14,000 in positive closed out trades. And by the way, I put that into our spreadsheet, and I think we're up to about $118,000 in profits for January with this adding this $14,000 to it. That's the good news. The bad news is just like, well, just about everything we got out of was really positive, and then for some reason I don't understand it, but we got into 8 new positions. None of those were positive. It's just like every single thing we got into today was negative, and it's pretty hard for me to explain that. But anyway, we're carrying negative $11,000 going into tomorrow. So obviously, that's very capable of wiping out those nice profits that we made today. But uh, we'll just hang on and see. You never know. The crazy stock market, though, just really weird to be trading this. I'll show you. Here I'll show you what our problem was today. I mean, this is fairly typical. This was actually our worst trade, but it's still typical of the problems we're having. This is ARQL, RQL Incorporated, and 2 days ago we'd bought this and got out yesterday with some profits there, but it pops up pretty strong today. We buy those pops, we got into that, and boy, that was about it for that stock, and it just kind of went limp for the rest of the day and then sold off pretty hard right at the end. I don't like to see that. and we're down about $3,000 on RQ Incorporated, unfortunately. But we had, as I said, we had really good exits, and I'll show you a couple of those. This is Labu, which is the biotech bull, and we had bought that yesterday. It had closed profitable, but then it popped up really nicely this morning for us. Unfortunately, it did pull back some before we got out. We're actually stopped out there, but we're stopped out with $4,000 in profits, so we can't complain about that. And it kept going down, so this was a pretty good exit point for us. And then this one was almost picture perfect for us. This is Community Health Systems, and we had bought this yesterday just about as soon as we could. It closed with a little bit of profit, but then it really popped up there nicely for our exit, and we took out $5,400 out of Community Health Systems, so that's real good. So, good news, bad news. That's trading. We still made money today. Can't complain, and maybe these open positions will get better tomorrow. This is Trader Bob signing off. I will be back here tomorrow on Thursday.